want to tell you a story about porn. Now stay with me. I had the privilege the other day of running a workshop with one of my best mates and co-facilitators, Geordie. We had about 100 fellas in this room who all had a bunch of heart, but there was one guy who really blew me away. Geordie and I had just finished walking through some of the concerning statistics facing men in this country, namely the ones around men's mental health, the domestic violence rate, incarceration and addiction, and many more. And we just started to walk to the back of the room after setting a challenge for someone to get up and speak about their relationship with one of these stats. Usually we'll sit in a fair bit of silence before someone plucks up the courage to get up the front and speak about things. Not this time. Before Geordie and I had even reached the back of the room, another fella had found his place at the front of it. He cleared his throat and he broke the silence by saying, "Boys, about 2 years ago, I realized I had a porn addiction." I looked over at Geordie and we both had that face that sort of communicated to each other, "This is a new one." And he went on to tell us about just how much this had impacted his life. He shared how it was getting in the way of his relationship with his partner, but more importantly, the relationship he had with himself when he looked in the mirror. The thing that struck me the most though was that he spoke about how this awareness of his addiction actually became the catalyst for him realizing that he needed some extra support, and it helped him for the first time in his life go and see a professional. Not only do I want to share this story because it's the kind of thing you never hear guys talk about, but because this fella managed to turn a room that, as you'd expect, had some giggles at the start of what he had to say into a room of absolute silent respect. And when he was done talking, he started to walk back to his seat, and one by one, his mates started getting around him, giving him a hug and telling him, "Hey, I love you." And it's just a great example of so many times in our workshops where someone takes a risk and they talk about something that we're just not used to hearing people talk about in society. And when they do, we're usually worried that we're going to be met with judgment. But as always, he was met with not only respect, but admiration. And it became the straw that broke the camel's back, where everybody else in the room decided to follow suit. And they all started talking about the things in life that we're not used to talking about. We had about 100 guys in a room sharing with heart and love in ways that they almost absolutely wouldn't have otherwise. So let this story be the catalyst for you. Have a chat with a mate, call a loved one, and tell them something that's on your mind, because I can guarantee you they won't judge you. Worst case scenario, you find out that you're actually in the same boat and you've got a good conversation on your hands.